Hi, welcome to VW Fetish. I'm Jeff. I'm happy you came along here. Check out my videos. Today we're working on the engine for our 1963 Volkswagen Beetle. I'm gonna head into the shop and we'll see what's cooking. Now we've got the engine here. The case is sitting on the stand. Everything's ready to go back in at this point. And we're doing a little work on the crank over here. And what do we have? Oh, we're cooking some gears. Look at that. Timing gear with the crank gear. We put that on the crank. We're going to heat that bad boy up for a little bit, and we're going to slide it right back on there. Put a brand new bearing on there, ready to go. Welding gloves come in real handy for a project like this, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess I really should get my tripod out and stop doing all this on just my iPhone. You definitely missed out on putting the gear on there. Just move quick, make sure you got everything lined up properly. You want to make sure those two dots are visible from the outside. Those are your timing marks on there, so you're going to line that up with your cam, so you want to make sure that's visible. Next one I'm going to do is grab the brass timing gear and put that on. I got to put the spacer in between, so give me a second, we'll get right back to it. Okay, so let me see. Got the timing gear on there. That one's brass. That one also you just heat it up. Find the keyway. Get it lined up and slide it on. Hold it in place. Let it cool a little bit. Get the spacer in between. It just keeps your spacing between your cam gear and your timing gear. And that's it. I got to put the clip back on it. These are must-haves. You can pick these up at thrift stores, man. I got this one, it was pretty cheap. It was just at a thrift shop. And like I said, I just use my welding gloves, grab it, slide it on, not a big deal. And it never hurts to have the old crank that you took out sitting around so you can remember how things go back together. Or, hey, in this modern day and age, everybody's got a camera. Just take a picture of it so you remember how it came apart. That works as well. Alright guys, I'm going to work on getting that clip on there. And we'll come back to this. We'll probably show you once I get this set inside the engine. Okay, now that we're done heating up that cam gear and timing gear, we can close the garage door and hide from the summer heat here in Florida. I woke up this morning at 6:30 in the morning. It was already 80 degrees outside, about 90% humidity. So we just complain about Florida weather a little bit more to you. I know, I live in paradise. What can I say? Well, guys, you always say to me, hey Jeff, what is your least favorite part of building an engine? My least favorite part is that tiny clip right there. I just hate that clip. You don't want to scratch up your bearing race. You gotta be real careful. And it's real fiddly. I probably just don't have the right tool. If I had the right one, it'd probably be a lot easier to put on there, but I use these, and I need to take these back as well. The spring broke, so yeah, I've just been fighting with them. Like I said, if I had the right tool, it would probably be a lot easier to do that job, but what can I say? I have what I have, so I make do. But that is probably the most fiddly part, putting together an engine for me, that I really just don't care to do is installing that little clip on there. Okay, at this point I'm just test fitting stuff, making sure it goes together nice and clean, making sure I've got the Woodruff keys down in nice, so everything slides together properly. That is the pulley that's going to be on the 63. Got a nice serpentine system. It's been laying around in the Volkswagen parts shed for a while, and I think I'm going to use it again. I kind of got burned out on them for a while. Had them on my big motors in the 68, and then everybody started using them, so I just kind of pulled it off the car. But you know what? The more I think about it, it was a lot of money. It looks great, and it's just laying around collecting dust. So, well, it's not so dusty anymore because, well, I cleaned it up. A little bit of never dull wadding pads. There you go. Alright, I'm going to take this back apart, try and get this in the case. Alright, so another step down. Crank in the case. All the bearings lined up where they belong. Nice and tight. What you do, always, leave this one out of the case. Drop your crank, get everything where it feels locked in. Take and drop this down. Nice and tight against there, it's not flopping back and forth, so you know everything's seated nicely. And it spins pretty darn good, so gotta like that. Everybody's happy when things spin nicely. So we drop the cam, and boy oh boy, then I guess it'll be time to apply some sealant and get this thing going. Alright, at this point, cam is in, it's lined up, it's timed properly. The oil pump is in. I've done a test fit on it. I've made sure got plenty of clearance in here. You do not want the back of the oil pump running into the cam. It has been known to happen sometimes. So you just want to test fit everything, get it together, make sure it's going to go together, make sure it's going to flow nicely. And yeah, we're just about ready to drop the case halves together at this point.